Yes guys, welcome back to the channel, another episode of the Pro Series with me, the world's tallest IFBB Pro, Josh Maley. So this is the series where we train with a pro bodybuilder and we get into the mindset of how they got to where they are. Today, I'm joined by a big dude, Jacob Egbunike. We are in Muscleworks in London, an absolute mecca of a gym. It's a privilege to be here. We had an incredible arm session and a really fantastic interview. Jacob is a very new pro and a very, very exciting pro. A big dude with a lot of potential. I can't wait to see how he gets on. But let's get into the session. Enjoy the interview. Let's do this.
Just like feel failure, big sets. Just focus on like, because my arms are like, for me, it's one of the areas I need to improve on. I feel like triceps. So just more like focus on just time of attention, getting like full range of motion.
No, I like that. I think arms is one where it's very easy just to
slide away,
move the weight.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like my arms have improved from exactly like you said, thinking about the movements.
Yeah.
I've only been aware of you really for, I'd say only like the last year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this because for such a big guy to go under the radar is rare.
Yeah.
But having said that, and this is actually one of the things I think is definitely worth starting with, the 3-year transformation, I can see why you went under the radar because my man has mutated. So yeah, let's start with that because 22 kilos?
Yeah.
Used to be put on that in 3 years.
Yeah.
So that was from 22 to 25.
Yeah.
And that was your first show ever in 22.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental. And then you were on stage how heavy this year? 300 pounds, something
I
like that?
stepped on stage 300 pounds, just slightly above 300 pounds.
That is insane, that is insane. So you are 29.
Yeah.
So you did your first show when you were what, 26?
Yeah, 26,
Yeah.
yeah.
So sort of middle of the road, some guys start, like, certainly not a late starter. Has bodybuilding always been the vibe, or like how did that come about? Where did it start?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I come from like a typical Nigerian household where education is like the end all be all.
Okay.
So I went to uni, did civil engineering.
Cool.
And then it was during the gap. So during that gap, before that, actually, backtrack, I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And then I had like a gap where I was deciding to, you know, like further my education, do a master's.
Okay.
And during that same time, I wasn't too happy with myself. For some reason, I just got to that point in life where you're like, I need to make a change.
Okay.
Just like,
had you been involved in sport through your childhood? No, nothing.
My entire life was just like studying.
Okay.
Like, just focused on like reading. That's literally me.
Okay.
I'm a nerd at heart, man. It's like books.
Wild figures nerd.
yeah. So that's kind of like my entire like probably 17 years until I moved to uni.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just during that gap, I was like, okay, I need to do something and change something about myself because I wasn't too happy with the way I looked, how I felt in my own body, like stuff like that. And obviously, the gym was like the first thing I thought about. I was like, let's go to the gym. And I think in like 3 months, I like lost a lot of weight and I was shredded. And everyone was like, "Whoa, what have you been doing? What have you been taking?" I'm like, "Nothing." I just literally said,
people hate hard work.
Do you know what I'm saying? I used to go crazy. I was so upset because for me, it's like once I enjoy something, like, man, I have no stop button. It's just like all in.
All in. I'm exactly the same.
Yes, I was doing like morning and evening sessions, 7 days a week.
And at that point, you know no better. And you could
No, probably right now in hindsight, it's the stupidest thing you could do.
But I feel I belong.
Yeah, there's something here because this is the first time I'm getting approval. Like I'm coming from a house where even if I got like 7 A's, if I got a B,
that would be the focus.
Yeah, it's like, why'd you get a B? Why'd you get a C there? What's that? So to get like just like everyone like, you know, giving me praise and like telling me like telling everyone else about me is like that was the first time I thought like, all right, cool. I feel good enough right now. But I didn't even think about bodybuilding until like a year later. just Googled like how do people make money off having muscle.
Okay.
Literally.
It's probably an interesting thing to
Yeah,
Google.
I know. And it's like, and I tell people that it's just literally, I was just a normal, regular guy.
Yeah.
I just somehow stumbled on training and bodybuilding. And I just Googled like, how do you muscle? How do you make money from having muscle and stuff? And I saw Mr. Olympia, and I saw, I remember seeing Phil Heath and like Ronnie Coleman, Arnold. I was like, I remember who Arnold is. Like, he goes to movies. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then just from there, it's like I just picked interest in like YouTube and like started learning about training and nutrition. And I wanted to do my show. By the time I couldn't because I was in Nigeria.
Okay.
And there wasn't like shows going on. And I always knew I wanted to go to Olympia. Like from the moment I searched and I saw the Olympia, that was my goal.
Okay, amazing.
Even when I was less than 100 kilos, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm supposed to go. My 150, 148.
Okay.
Between
what's that in pounds? Like 320?
320, yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
You're in decent shape as well.
Yeah. I've been only 5 meals. I'm fairly like just chilling right now. So an off season will be sick.
It's a lot to you.
Yeah.
Obviously it's the first time I'm properly like
I've
seen you in the person, which is always more impressive anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah man. Fucking one of the biggest pros right here. Fucking yes, we love it.
Alright, do some pressure call. You see use this, do an overhead. I have to do like some single arm stuff though.
Okay, yeah.
At some point do some single arm.
Yeah.
So we could do a single arm tricep
overhead.
Overhead. And then do a pressure call. And then maybe switch to a single arm or dumbbell.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So one thing that I'd say terrible at, but actually it's because we're training hard and we're enjoying ourselves, is talk about training during training. So we'll use this opportunity briefly now to talk about that. You spoke about your training style, very, form focused. Just for people at home who are going to be interested, because I love, like everyone loves, like you said, you were looking at Phil Heath's training split. What's the current training split? How does that work for you, and kind of what's the thought process behind that?
Right now is I do a leg day, then I do a push day, then a posterior day.
Okay.
The rest, then I do. I usually would do another push day and an arm day.
Okay.
Reason behind that particular split will be my area of focus. So I want to bring up more upper body.
Okay.
So I pretty much only have obviously one leg day, and then I'll do like some posterior, touch some hamstrings.
Yeah.
I can always use more hamstrings.
Yeah, from the back. The bigger the better.
But I want to focus more on like my chest, not chest really, but shoulders, arms.
Yeah.
So like the outer part.
Yeah.
And just have that more dense.
Yeah.
I think that's what's missing from my physique. Just have that pop from the shoulders, arms, all the way to traps as well.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's why I have that split.
So it just offers like a little bit more frequency on those areas.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
And then like I said, with the arm day that we did today,
but
having that and like you say, coming into that fresh and with that focus, you can really apply yourself. And I'll say something for your delts. When I was looking at you doing, I don't know, maybe the bicep curls in the mirror, like I was looking at mine, I was looking at yours, and I was, wasn't happy. He's going to bring me out of retirement. But no, that's really cool. And obviously today was like an intense, high volume, fairly shortish session. How do other sessions follow that kind of setup, or?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of like, I wouldn't say just short sessions, but more like in terms of executing any exercise to be as short as possible.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the past when I've done 3-4 like
warm-up
the focus isn't even there. Like like actual walking sets where you do like 4 sets.
Yeah.
After like 2-3, like the focus isn't there, and then if you do all of that combined, by the time you get to the end of the session, you're like bit up. So it's like half of the session you're like super focused, and half you're like just trying to get through, right? So my approach is like sometimes I keep it at 2 sets, depending on the exercise.
Yeah.
If it's like the big ones, 2 sets. I might do a warm-up set. Also, it depends on like my exercise order, right?
Yes.
So if I'm doing, let's say, hamstrings, and I've done like hamstring curls already, I might not necessarily, or I do like an RDL first. I might do warm-up sets for RDLs, but I might just do maybe 1 set on hamstring curls and then get straight to it.
Yeah.
So just try and be as effective as possible and not waste too much energy. Just go in full focus, because again, the way I train is like I'm super aware of what my body is when I'm doing the sets. So it's like there's a lot of like brain function, there's a lot of like intensity there. So once I can keep that there, I don't think I can do that for more than 2 sets.
Yeah.
With that, the amount of weight that I lift.
Yeah. I think as well, like with the arm day today, one thing I thought at the end was I could do more, but it would do nothing. Like I felt done. It's more like, for me, I've always trained for a little bit longer. So there's that sort of mental like thing of like, oh, like I've not trained as long. But then breaking it down, I genuinely was like, anything I did past that point would be just moving exercise rather than training. No, that's fascinating, mate. Like obviously it's working, so keep doing what you're doing. But no, that's brilliant. Really, really good and great to see and great to hear. Thank you. One of those where might only be arms. Like, hey, get that screensaver. Might only be arms, but just the intensity, and it's nice for me. I've said this in several episodes of training with people. Like, I pick up different things, and just from the off, just kind of watching your like control, like you said, the thoughtfulness behind it. On the tricep extensions, like for me when we did the first set, like started it, it felt light. Because I'd seen you, I was like, no, like make it heavy, and like from then on, everything else just clicked even better.
So like my whole philosophy behind training is just that. And again, it's like you can see that in my physique as well. I think it works. It's like like go through the range of motion, try to stay locked in that technique, in that form. And it's like when I break that, that's for me, it's done. So I can have my mind, obviously I'm going to have 1 or 2 sets where I'm just like swinging and enjoying myself.
It depends on the movement as
I
well.
like the balance of like some form and some like, but I really get very technical with what I'm doing in the gym. So I'm like, every single session counts.
Yes.
And I kind of like beat myself up when I look back at videos. I'm like, I knew I wasn't locked in there, like da. Then I think about the next session, I do it. And it's like, it has to be. So it's not just about trying to increase the weight. I think if anything, if you can control the end ranges, like you can go full range of motion, in the long run, you're gonna actually be stronger.
And you're probably gonna be healthier for it as well.
And healthier, joints. Like joint-wise.
Again, like you're 29, so you're really in that age group where you could well lift fucking heavy. But your joints in 3 or 4 years. And I've seen some of the lifts like you do, which you make look very easy. They're not light. So if you then just unleash hell, you'd be doing some numbers. But again, it's like, what's the point? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to be an ego lifter, a power lifter, or are you trying to be the best bodybuilder you can be?
Exactly, man. Exactly that.
Obviously the progress you've made to this point is testament to the fact that works. I think it's a great attitude, man.
100%. I agree, man. I agree. Like hopefully, like people can hear this and actually apply it, because I know it's hard to do. Trust me. But like my whole thing has always been to make it look easy. That's like in my head. That's how I think about sets. And
I think that's like being a professional, isn't it? Like any professional in any sport or any field makes it look easy. Whether it's public speaking, but they've put hours in. Whether it's
100%.
Tennis, whatever it might be. They make it look effortless. The best bodybuilders, the way they train, and also on stage, like when they're posing, you can tell the ones who treat everything like
man.
It is a job.
It's a job. It really is a job.
And it is, and it should be like, and it's more full time than any other job you're gonna get.
Everything, man. From even like rest, like I remember coming off stage and like my sleep was so bad. I realized I got sleep apnea. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I go sleep up. So I'm saying, like, you're going to have to make certain sacrifices to be on point with every single thing, not just training, not just nutrition, every single thing.
And the further along you get, the more those little percentages.
No, 100%, man. Like 100%. It's like the 1%. That's what separates you from everyone else.
When you've got that pyramid foundation, like you say, training, nutrition, and then everything else you stack on top of that, you're going to make those
100%.
marginal gains, mate.
100%, man. 100%.
Awesome. We'll sit down somewhere, we'll have a chat.
Yeah.
But that was a fucking good arm day, guys. I'm not the biggest promoter of an arm day. Jacob is a fantastic pro and a guy who has identified arms as a weakness, so in his split it makes a lot of sense. But if you are just starting out and you've got fuck all to your physique, maybe don't waste your time on an arm day yet.
100%.
But when you do come to it, check this video out, check this guy out. He's got it. What does success mean to you, Jacob?
Success, what does that mean to me? It would mean freedom. It would mean being able to provide for my family. It would mean also just like self-fulfillment as well. Just priding myself, like, you know. So I'll say, just about summing up, it'll be those three things. But I think even more than anything else, just be providing for my family and just being someone that can be there for like my mom, my siblings, obviously for myself as well. So that will be what that means to me.
Yeah, and I'd say that's not a surprising answer for me, because I've seen, like on your Instagram, like quite often on your stories, you put thoughtful. You're quite a like holistic kind of like mind. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't, like, again, that just comes back to maybe misinterpretations, but like there's a lot to that side of things. And you said kind of earlier like that's something like the mental side you're always developing. And is that like is that an area that you go out of your way to improve or
100%.
you, okay,
100%. It's like it's one of those things where you always on it. It's like, don't get me wrong, even though I might come across like, wise, like I'm always also having like making mistakes and learning. But I think that's the key, is that like always trying to learn, okay, what could I have done better here? And I think again, it's just understanding, like, one, I'm human. It's like I'm in this life and I'm passing through life, and my purpose isn't just, step on stage with Olympia. Like, I want to do more than just do that. I want to inspire people as I do that. Like, just show them what is possible, or like at least make them believe in themselves and not to go do some cool shit. Like, that's honestly that's what I live for. It's like I just want to do some cool stuff so everyone can be like, Jacob can do this. Like,
why can't? I think, I mean, I love that. Like, I go, the older I get, I don't like talking about getting old, because I'm not. But, it comes down to what do you want? Legacy is a grand term, but like, how do you want people to remember you and stuff like that? And I think, honestly, like it feels like a bit of a mirror. Like, listening to you, like we're very similar, and even like, granted, your rate of progress is offensively better than mine, but like that skinnier kind of beginning, or obviously, like from when you started to now, the rate of progression is very similar. And I mean, honestly, if this rate continues even at half of the speed, man, like I can't wait to see. I know there are some bodybuilding kind of pundits out there who love the big guys, and you're going to be one of the biggest dudes on the circuit, man, and it's fucking exciting. And I'm very much in for it. I can't wait to continue to follow, continue to support. And no, honestly, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
Well done, man.
You're an absolute hero. And a fantastic episode, guys. Check out Jacob. I'll put all his details below. Brilliant episode. Thank you so much. See you next time.